Welcome to the Prosperity Podcast for entrepreneurs who are ready to drop the hustle and earn more. I'm your host, Danielle Amos, business and success coach, certified Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant, and lifestyle entrepreneur. Each week, I'll bring you amazing entrepreneurs who have built wealth, harnessing the power of their mind. Prosperity and money are truly about energy, and I'm on a mission to help you create financial abundance through the power of thought. It's time we started normalizing conversations about money and create the wealth that is yours. Are you ready? Let's do this. Welcome to episode 167 of the Prosperity Practice, the podcast that has you living your most abundant life. Today, I am super excited to talk to you about a practice that actually changes your life more than many of the habits. Like I know that I have a ritual in the morning and it includes many different habits: mirror work, writing, journaling, studying, reading, gratitude. And this one particular practice is never not part of my routine. It's like brushing my teeth in the morning. I would not imagine leaving my home without doing this. I wouldn't imagine going to sleep without doing this thing. And this thing is called visualization. I personally know that I have a gift for guided visualizations. If you've ever been on a masterclass with me, or even an in-person event, an online event, and you've heard me guide you through a visualization, it is one of the things that most people ask for afterwards. Can I get a copy of that? And I realize it's a gift. I didn't for a long time. And I just assumed that it was easy for people to get their minds into a place where they could see and feel their future memory on the screen of their mind, but in the now. And what I've heard from people is that it's so easy to do, yes, but it's so easy not to do. And the mind has this funny way of playing tricks on you. And it's like, oh, it won't matter if you visualize tonight, or it doesn't really matter. Like, it won't make that much of a difference. It's only 5 minutes. So what will it really matter if you don't do it today? And it really does matter. It really matters. It matters how you start your day. So it matters if you've got a practice of aligning yourself to the vision of you with the goal achieved, and then go out and act in that energy. And then I would never go to sleep without bringing my mind back to my visualization, because what happens for most people is they fall asleep worried, thinking about their day, what they didn't do. And then their mind goes to work on that as they sleep. And that last energy that you go to sleep in is the one that you'll wake up in. If you've ever noticed this is a great experiment. That last energy, the last thing that you're thinking about, your mind will actually be ruminating on as you go to sleep. And it will be doing the mental work. So why not do your due diligence and take responsibility and visualize right before sleep about your goal, so that your mind can be working on your goal all night long, and you wake up inspired, energized, with so much desire you're jumping out of bed in the morning. Isn't that a great feeling? So visualizing, I realize that I do have a gift for this, and I want to talk to you about the fact that it's so easy not to do that most people won't do it. And I want to share with you some benefits and some truth. So the truth is that if you can see it in your mind, what is it? Your goal. If you can see what you want on the screen of your mind clearly, whether that's more money, you in a certain relationship, in a new home, a new car, a promotion at your job, whatever it is. If you can see yourself with that thing, doing that thing, being that person, it's for you. Okay. If you've got a desire for it, it's for you. That's just proven. So you must see it and then believe it, and then you can achieve it. Now, belief comes, it's not usually there in the beginning. You know, when you first say that you want something, you don't always believe it. And so this is where, you know, work comes in, and resolving these beliefs and letting go of limiting beliefs and changing your paradigm. And this is where, you know, there's some work here, you know, taking yourself to the mental gym, getting a coach, you know, applying this work that I teach. And what I found is if you're willing to visualize your future memory with your goal achieved and do that morning and night, morning and night, morning and night, you're actually training your mind to believe it. The repetition of this exercise, and it is an exercise, this is you taking yourself to the mind gym and working out your mental muscles so they get stronger, that over time you will believe it because of the repetition of it. And so, yes, you'll, you know, have to let go of limiting beliefs. You'll recognize, you know, things that you want to change within yourself and all of that. This one practice, this one exercise, I notice does so much. And it's so simple. And here's the thing, success principles are actually quite simple. We as human beings overcomplicate them. And there's a lot of confusion right now out there on the internet, a lot of information. Let's bring it back to the basics. And visualization is one of those basics, okay? So, and then through the repetition and you seeing yourself with it, doing the thing, you'll believe it. And then one day you'll wake up and it's your reality. So I want to talk to you about a couple stories. You may have heard this one. One of my favorites is actually Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey wrote himself a check for $10 million. At this point, he had nothing. I believe he was even sleeping in his car. He wrote himself a check for $10 million. And I just got shivers as I'm about to share this with you. And he put it in his wallet and it said, for acting services rendered. And he gave himself 5 years to manifest that check for his acting services. Well, I kid you not, and you know this, he then was paid $10 million for Dumb and Dumber. Now, most people don't know that he did other things in addition to writing himself a check, because the truth is you might write yourself a check now. Well, I want $10 million. But here's the thing. Many people have written, since hearing the story, themselves for $10 million check and put it in their bank, in their wallet, and carried around and looked at it, but nothing happened. Why? Because they haven't also done the repetition of visualizing, seeing, feeling themselves really earning this money and feeling what it feels like to have this life. And another thing that Jim Carrey did through visualization, he would take himself to Mulholland Drive in LA, and every day he would sit there and actually close his eyes and visualize hearing directors praise him, hearing the fans talk about his work. He would visualize the life that he would have if and when he's paid this $10 million check. And he did that night after night after night after night after night. And he persisted. So, and therefore it worked. So he saw it. First of all, he needed to know like what he wanted, right? Which is always the first step that I always teach you is, what do you want? You must know what you want. See it clearly in your mind, believe it, and then you can achieve it. It's like ask, believe, receive. And so I've got a ton of stories. I'm going to come back on the next podcast episode with more stories for you. And I want to hear from you. Why aren't you visualizing every single day? Like, what's holding you back? And send me a message, because I've got an idea to help you. I want to help you and guide you to visualize every single day and show you with your results that this works. The persistence and consistency of this mental exercise every single day works. And I'd like to have a group of us visualizing every single day together and keep ourselves accountable. And I'll guide you through a visualization, because there are rules to visualizing. Like, for example, most people visualize themselves like on a stage, but the truth is you'll never see yourself on stage. So right there, your visualization has holes in it. Like, it's not an experience you'll ever have unless you're watching yourself on TV or in a video or on a phone and someone videoed you on stage. You'll never see yourself on stage, because so that's the one thing you want to see your future memory through your goal achieved. So that's just one of the many ways that people visualize, not fully aware of the proper way to visualize. There is a way that works way better. And so I'm going to guide you through that and actually guide you through visualizations. And I want to keep you accountable. I want to hear your success stories and cheer you on and have a community that's doing this together. It's like 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. So share with me your challenges to visualization, what you find works or doesn't work. I'm curious to hear. One of you told me that your mind just wanders so much that you're not able to get into the feeling. So that's great. I'm going to help you with that. There is great power to visualization. It's so simple to do, and therefore it's so simple not to do, because our mind doesn't believe always that it's going to make a difference. And so we just skip it. What if the power of mental imagery, you using your imagination for yourself rather than against yourself, which most people are doing all day, by the way. You have a meeting this afternoon and you worry the person's not going to show up, or that they're going to cancel. That's visualization in the wrong direction. Can you see how we're doing that all day long? So what we're doing here is we're training our mind to imagine the results that you do want. And it is powerful. So I look forward to bringing you more stories on the next episode of the Prosperity Practice. In the meantime, go follow me on Instagram. The link is in your show notes, and send me a message. I want to hear from you. Do you visualize now? What's stopping you from visualizing more often? What have you found that's helped, or what have been your blocks? How can I help you? And would you find it useful if a group of us does this together? All right. Thank you for joining me today, and expect abundance.